Hi, Betty.
Hi, Celia.
How are you?
Have you been thinking about anything lately?
Well, I went to see a movie.
Oh, what movie?
I went to see The Black Phone, which has been out for a few weeks, actually.
How'd you like it?
I would give it a thumbs sideways. Thumbs sideways. Yeah. So here's the spoiler-free summary. I'll make it spoiler-free. So it's 1978 Denver suburbs. And by the way, the movie looks very, it looks like two guys with $50,000 in a camera. It has these low production values. It has this rainy.
On purpose? Is it deliberate as a style?
I actually think it's because they had a low budget, because the script is not that great, the story's not that great, the production values are just generally crummy. I mean, it looks to me like if they could have gotten David Fincher, they could have gotten better performances from the actors, even though most of them were children. It still would have been better.
So, crummy stories and great production values are all over Hollywood, though.
Well,
but you're saying they just had a low budget. Anyway, whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I think they really did have a low budget. But it has this, I mean, if you like that kind of 70s B-movie vibe, you get some pleasure from that. And also it's kids' world, it's just mostly child actors, which is kind of fun.
Oh.
Yeah. In fact, I'm getting to think that 70s child actors, 70s settings and 70s period pieces with child actors is getting to be a thing. I don't know. Might be.
Well, the one more thing that I want to say is that production value doesn't really matter as long as the story is good and solid.
Well, we'll get to that. Hold that thought, Betty.
All right.
Okay. So our hero is a 13-year-old boy named Finn, and he needs to start standing up for himself. He needs to start standing up for himself. He's bullied at school. And also his father is just monstrously abusive, single dad, horrible abuser of Finn and his little sister. And this kid needs to start standing up to everything, but he doesn't really. And meanwhile, as for the plot, so that's just our our psychological, that's our relationships and our setting. There's a psychopath in town who has been abducting kids for some time, young boys. And what do you know? Finn gets, they call him the grabber, and Finn gets grabbed.
Yeah.
Finn gets
grabbed. The grabber has too many counterparts in real life.
Oh, yes, he does.
In the 70s and 80s, there were all kinds of grabber counterparts.
Yes, there were. Yeah. So this guy, and in fact, this guy even has some, some superficial similarities to some of those guys. So we find out what happens to these kids when he grabs Finn, throws him into this soundproof concrete cell that is virtually bare except for this bed that's bolted to the ground, a toilet, and there's some rolled up carpets, and there is the title item, a black phone. It's a wall phone. Because apparently, the grabber was too lazy to just take this phone off the wall. It's unplugged. I mean, the cord just dangles free. But there is this black phone. Which it's so conspicuous as a prop because there's nothing else in this room, in this big concrete cell. It makes you wonder why the grabber didn't get rid of this phone, because a kid could bust this phone into sharp parts, or a real smart kid could, I don't know, get the metal out of it or something and do something, I don't know. Or a kid could use this wire to hang himself and deprive this sadistic killer of the pleasure of torturing him to death.
Well, when I think of, when I picture what you're talking about, the phone intrigues me.
Okay, yes. It is intriguing. I mean, your eye goes right to it. I mean, it's like almost overly conspicuous. And really, you would think...
That doesn't bother me, though. I mean, go on.
Okay, but any self-respecting, any successful serial killer would have gotten rid of that phone. It's just too much of an invitation to to
Is
escape.
the room, for some reason I'm thinking the room is underground, but I guess it's not.
Yes, it is. It is. It is.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's a basement.
You probably
yeah.
told me that and I forgot. Okay, basement. Yeah, okay.
No, I don't think I told you, but anyway. So the previous victims start calling Finn on this phone.
Ew. See, this is intriguing to me.
Okay, yeah, okay.
I'm not
good
so sure it's sideways.
Well, we'll see. Okay, just let me tell you more.
Go
I
on.
mean, see, here we have an intriguing, concept. We have some good materials here, and they're telling Finn, they're giving Finn hints on how to avoid being killed or how to escape. So we are on this path to salvation. We've got these.
Do we know? Okay, it's making me think here. Do we know why they all ganged up and started calling Finn? Like, how come the first three didn't call the fourth one? How come the first four didn't call the...
We don't know this. We don't know whether that happened, and we also don't know why Finn. We don't know this. And this is one of the kind of the unanswered questions of the whole screenplay, is that why Finn? Why the phone? Right. You know?
Okay.
It's just one of those things you just have to believe, because it's the writer is the son of Stephen King, and so he just makes it about the black phone. I mean, the title is The Black Phone. It's just the black phone. So what do you? You're just going to take his word for it. So anyway, so we are on our way to salvation, and either this salvation plot is going to work or not. Either these kids are going to get them out of there or not. And then, meanwhile, simultaneously, it turns out his sister is clairvoyant, and she has been having dreams for some time that give her visuals of this abduction, this abductor, the grabber, and the circumstances and things. And she has been...
Wait, before Finn got grabbed, she's been having these... Oh, okay.
Yes. Right. Even since before Finn was grabbed. And now her visions are coming on, and they're giving her a little more clarity and getting her closer to where Finn is. So there's another parallel salvation plot on its, grinding along. And these two plots never intersect. They have nothing to do with each other whatsoever. And then, a little ways later, comes a third salvation plot, because the abductor's loony brother is kind of obsessed with the whole case, and he's got this map, and he's triangulating it all with pins and things, and he starts putting it together. Anyway, all three of these salvation plots, come to fruition in the same way at the same time. I mean, like either Finn is saved or he's not saved as a result of the conclusion of all these plots, none of which ever have anything to do with each other. Which essentially means you could get rid of two of these plots. Just pick any two plots and get rid of them.
So what was the point in having the two extras?
The point is sloppy writing. This writer is not in control of his... He has not picked a plot. And this affects the viewer, because you want to feel as though you're climbing a rope, hand over hand over hand over hand, getting closer to the conclusion, the end. But instead, like you're sitting there going, here's a thread. Oh wait, so there's a thread. So am I supposed to be weaving those threads, or am I? So what? So no, do I let the thread? Can I forget about that thread and just stick with these? They could have conflicted with each other, thus complicating the plot, or they could have complemented each other, therefore tightening the plot. But you just have these three separate, things going on. But and another thing, for instance, some more excess baggage in this story is, this little girl is trying to make these visions come by praying. And it's very visual and very ceremonial. I mean, like, she opens up this little playhouse, and she's got all these little lights in it, and this picture of Jesus, and like the camera comes down on her, and she's looking up and saying, "Jesus, please bring me the truth about my brother," and she's praying real hard. But actually, it's just, her clairvoyance is just a gift that has nothing whatsoever to do with prayer. And And at some point in the movie, like after she's prayed and she has not gotten, what she wanted the night before, she opens up this little thing and she goes, you know what, Jesus, F off. You haven't given me spit. You're just useless. I'm not going to you anymore. Blah, blah. So she just kind of denounces Jesus. And what happens after that? Why, nothing. I mean, it has no effect on her clairvoyance. It has no effect on her character. There's no growth, no arc. I mean, she was just experimenting with this whole time. Maybe if I pray, I can get some, but it doesn't work. It has no effect on the plot, on her success in finding Finn or not finding him. So it's pretty clear.
Well, it's also another opportunity for Christian bashing.
Well, that's what it is. I think that it's just some completely gratuitous Christian bashing, like, look, there is no power in prayer. And I want to tell you, this has nothing whatsoever to do with my views of religion or my religiosity or anything, because you could have actually flipped the whole thing. I mean, it could have been like she was praying and praying and praying, and that was how she got her visions, and then she said, okay, dark arts, I'm done with you, I don't need you, I get my visions from prayer. I mean, it could have been that way, because the thing is, it doesn't affect anything. It's not like... I mean, it's not like she goes forward and says, no more Jesus, I'm turning to the dark arts, and now I'm going to be mean to people. Or it's not like, well, now that I've forsaken Jesus, now I feel really clear, and I'm getting really clear visions. It doesn't happen that way. It's just the writer
is
gratuitous. Gratuitous insertion of the writer's view of what a joke it is to how prayer is not effective.
Right.
Please let the dreams be real.
That dialogue could have been better, and the acting could have been better. But it's whatever. You want to get out of your house on a Saturday night and get out of your head. Well, it does that. I mean, you sit there for a good part of the movie going, because
so it's entertaining.
It's entertaining, yeah. It's entertaining, but it's not. It doesn't have that mental stimulation, really.
Right.
Yeah, it's scary. Especially because the grabber wears a scary mask all the time too. It's all these different scary masks. He wears scary masks.
What other kind of resolution is there in this film? Like, just the dad? I don't know. The kids go back and keep living with this abusive dad. Then is that the happy ending?
Well, I can't give you any spoilers about how it ends, but I will tell you. I mean, like the dad gives this apology. But what? He is such a monstrous abuser. You don't know whether this is, the textbook bully who just throws himself at his victim's feet and makes this promise to never hurt you again, or whether it's like, oh wow, okay, things have changed now. At least progress has been made in this regard. You just don't know. You don't know, because the dad has been drawn as a monster. He's a monster. So you can't know whether he's made some sort of human transformation or not. Now, I am going to start making myself pop culturally literate in pop culture once again. I used to see a movie every week, and I'm going to start doing that again. I'm way behindhand on reviewing the Black Phone because of every other YouTuber reviewed it in late June, and they all already have their 50,000 views. But this Wednesday, I'm going to go see another cheap thriller called Nope. The logline is, the residents of a lonely gulch in inland California, bear witness to an uncanny and chilling discovery. I don't know, something UFO-y, something psychic. I don't know what it is, but
could be anything, yeah.
So there we are at the intersection of Aristotle and Ed Wood.